Well, what was to blame for Stoke City's loss down in London at QPR? Is it strange substitutions, the length of the grass, the weather, or just an all-round poor performance from some individuals? We're getting into that debate with Carl and Liam. Welcome back to 20 minutes of Stoke City chat. We're talking about, did we lose it in the midfield? Should there have been a red card for a QPR player? And we're asking you in the comments to let us know which Stoke player out of all the 11 that we've been watching in the recent weeks deserves more credit than they're being given in the media from people like these two. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well, fresh back from London. Stoke never do well in the capital, Carl, generally, do they? I think
No,
Liam called this out last week.
Yeah, it was the most Stoke in London performance going, wasn't it? Poor showing. I thought first off we gave them a good game. It was a weird performance. They seemed to be like the away team the first half. They just sat back and kept soaking up the pressure. And they got a game plan. They stuck to it very well. They sat back. They countered us. They didn't threaten us at all. And then second half, they just didn't come out of the changing rooms. The Stoke players didn't.
Yeah. Robin's blamed the length of grass, Liam. Yeah, I've never seen that before. It's like a Jurgen Klopp excuse, isn't it?
I think it's about a 5-minute interview where he says about 15 times that Stoke weren't good enough. And at the end he said, the grass is a bit long. We've got to wash all the that we've today. Something they've had to put. And then obviously everyone's jumped on that bit. But to be fair, I was quite happy with Robin's comments when he come out after, because there's no nonsense with him. He knew that the performance wasn't good enough, and you could tell. In the first half, I think both teams thought that they respected each other, that they were decent on the counter. We were happy to sit back and we were happy to have the ball. But when the game changed and it was time to go, QPR went and we couldn't follow it up then. We kind of just stayed at the same pace. So, tough day.
Cheers for that, Liam. Carl, let's have a look at some more. Stokey73 says, I can't criticise the team selection, but the subs were poor. Not to use Donnelly was concerning. Too many players looked sloppy and off it today. Baker, Million, Thomas, Seko, Jun-ho. Got to be better the next game. More aggressive up front, get some more shots in. Yeah, is he right about the subs?
I'd say most of that's pretty spot on with what he said. I think the turning point was when Manouf missed that header from 1 yard out. I mean, I'd have taken him off for that, and he was very poor. So I don't think it's a thing that the subs were weird. We did need freshening up. Like I say, Manouf, Thomas, they were having poor games, and Baker you can put in that category. So something needed change. Maybe Donnelly could have come on. I perhaps agree with that. We haven't seen much of him yet. I don't know whether he's not up to speed or Robbins just doesn't fancy him for start or whatever. But yeah, I'd say what he said there, pretty much spot on, really. It's a good analysis of the game.
Okay. Liam, Dave's view of it was that taking Rigo off was a mistake. He said Rigo's going to be huge for us. We lost the midfield battle when he went off onto Norwich next week. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I tend to agree. I thought we were better in midfield by quite a way first half, and then losing Pearson and Rigo. I understand that maybe Rigo's not fully there yet, but losing Pearson to an injury, you had to keep him on, in my opinion, because the rest of the midfielders we've got just can't do that job. So yeah, the subs didn't help at all. I mean, I'm going to start calling out Jun-ho for what he is. He's a number 10 who creates absolutely nothing, and you can't get away with it. If you're a centre midfielder, fair enough, but he's a 10 or a winger, and he's been here 3 years now, and I can count 5 times where he's had a decent interaction in the game, apart from maybe a corner or something. So he's going to start getting a bit more flat for it, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. I've always tried to back him because he is a young lad. He's come to a different country, but he's been poor now for a good while. And there was talks that he was unhappy he didn't get a move to the Champions League club. He's miles off them levels. So if that's his attitude, he ain't going to get very far.
Okay. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Was the midfield loss? I mean, look, no overreaction from us this week. You know, I think we said if Stoke had beaten QPR, we'd all be dancing around the living room, believing, wouldn't we? But yeah, this is what Stoke do. So yeah, and of course, a player called Vale sent you down as well, which is always going to cause some hilarity. Chewy says, we didn't play well, but a red card decision going our way, followed by Million's chance and that goal line clearance, and it's a different reaction. Do not overreact, and we'll go again next week. The images coming out of the game, Carl, of the tackle, are shocking. Now the QPR fans are saying, well, look, you can slow down any angle, you can make any tackle look as bad, but yes, it's red card.
I mean, look, I guarantee, and I know a few people have tweeted, if that is pictures the other way around and that's Ben Pearson going in on that angle, he'd have been sent off 100%. When I saw it real time, this is the only defence I've got, I thought, get up, play on. But when you slow it down and you see that picture, that's a leg-breaking challenge, I don't know how any QPR fan can say that's not a red, because if that was the other way around, they'd be screaming, holy hell. And to me, it didn't change the game. We were poor second half. You can't make the excuses. It may have changed the game if we'd had a man up. And obviously Pearson wasn't injured, but we can't blame that on the results.
Liam, red card for you?
Yeah, I think if I take my red and white tinted glasses off and give the referee as much credit as I can, I think he stood the other side of Pearson standing, his legs are close together, so he's probably not seeing it. But then to not give a free kick is inept at your job. Like, it was a foul, there was no doubt about it. To end up with a drop ball is madness. But I can probably say, I agree with Paul. I think it was one of them games where if Pearson had stayed on the pitch, we just couldn't get going. And like I said in Robinson's interview, that our club interview was trying to give him reasons why. And at the end, he just said, we didn't do enough. That was the end. That was just, the fault was on our shoulders that we just did not do enough.
Cheers for that, Liam. We seem to have lost you. We'll get you back hopefully in a second. Right then, Carl, Norwich City then this weekend, back at home. The ticket prices have been dropped, I think, as well, haven't they, for this one to get people in. Norwich have lost 3 at home, but have won 2 away from home. Would you take a point, or is this?
Yeah, I've seen they've been doing well away from home, so it's an awkward one, isn't it? We need bounce back, and there is a different feel around Stoke, I must say, even after that loss was positive. So you've got to go for the kill while they're in poor form. We've got to put this weekend's wrongs right, and we've got to go for it. They're on a bad run of form, so take advantage of that.
Okay, all right. We'll, of course, be looking back at that game next week. Finally, this week, then, which one Stoke player needs a shout-out? Who's impressed you the most that we haven't been seeing in the media get lots of plaudits? Let us know in the comments, and we'll read some of these out next week. Carl, who is it for you?
In terms of Stoke fans, he's been having lots of plaudits, but for me, it's Bosun Lawal. He's been a revelation at centre-back for us. So much so we brought back in Ashley Phillips, we brought Maxi as well off Plymouth, 2 very, very good centre-backs. As you know, I was ranting and raving all last season about Phillips. And Bosun Lawal's come in after his injury-prone last season, and he's been a revelation. He's absolutely solid. He's great at winning the ball back. He can get the ball playing out as well. He's just been a revelation at centre-back. He's gone outside of Stoke fans unrecognised, but within Stoke, everybody's, putting him down as one of the players that he's like a new signing for. He's been phenomenal.
Appreciate that. Some goal against Birmingham, wasn't it, as well? Brilliant. Thank you very much. Let us know in the comments what you say who you think it should be that gets more plaudits, and we'll shout some of these out next week. All right, the full team will be back next week, so join us for that. Thank you very much, Carl, for going solo towards the end there. We don't know, we've lost Liam somewhere, and we'll see you guys all next week as well. Have a good one. Enjoy the Norwich game.